Good morning, TYT Sports and the Internet in general. I'm Joshua Gibbs with the first edition of 5 Questions in 5 Minutes. Now, in the first videos that I submitted to TYT Sports, I fully admitted that I knew nothing about soccer. But, like a good American, I endeavored to learn more, and so I did. And I knew a couple of guys who didn't know a lot about freedom and democracy either. Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, but they educated themselves, created the greatest country on earth. It's no big deal. And in their footsteps, I've educated myself, and maybe you had some of these same questions, and hopefully this helps you out. So, first things first, the card game. What is up with the cards? Okay, I see a yellow card, I see a red card, so what does it all mean? Well, a yellow card is essentially a warning. Maybe the ref thinks that player tripped another player on purpose. Maybe he didn't, but he wants to give him a warning anyway. So, he gets a yellow card. It's just a warning. Now, that's not too bad, but he gets 2 yellow cards or 1 red card, and he's ejected from the game. Worst part is, the team can't substitute in another player to take his place, so now they have to play with 1 less man. So, advantage other team. Now, there is only the clock. Just like in Game of Thrones, how there is only the climb, well, in soccer, there is only the clock. You get 90 minutes to play. You get 2 halves, there's a 15-minute break, but they don't stop for commercials or injuries or celebrations. The clock keeps going. What they do is they add that time onto the end of the game. There's a 4th referee whose sole job is to count how many minutes are wasted on celebrations or miraculous resurrections when people go down on the pitch. And then they add all that to the end, which is why you'll see 90 minutes plus 4, plus 3, plus 5. I think that's pretty interesting. It allows everybody to get the same amount of time being played, so nobody gets shortchanged, much less the fans. The boundaries. They like to play outside the lines, if you haven't noticed. You'll see them kicking the ball around, and maybe as they get closer to the edge, they step out a little bit. Ball goes outside, their feet go outside, but the ref doesn't stop the game. Why? Because so long as the ball is kept in play, they can still step out of bounds. Now, they can't go too far out, but they can at least step out, long as they keep playing. Again, another interesting fact, which I thought was really cool. The goal differential. The goal differential is what saved us. It's the whole reason why we were able to advance even though we lost against the Germans. The goal differential is a pretty simple equation. It's your goals scored minus your goals allowed. Now, here's an example. Our goal differential against Portugal. We had 4 goals that we had scored, and we had 4 goals allowed. Portugal, on the other hand, had 4 goals scored as well, but they had 7 allowed. So either Germany had to run up the score against us, or Portugal had to run up the score against Ghana in order for us to be eliminated. Thankfully, that didn't happen, and we were able to advance on to the next round. And unfortunately for Portugal, even though they beat Ghana, both Portugal and Ghana were eliminated. So that's the way it goes in FIFA. So what's next up for us? Next up is Belgium this coming Tuesday. Obviously, we don't have a good track record against Belgium. They defeated us 4-2 in 2013. They defeated us 1-0 2 years earlier than that. Now, the good thing is, the guy in this game, Christian Benteke, I think is his name. I apologize if I'm not pronouncing it properly. But he's out with a tear to his Achilles tendon. So they won't have the benefit of him on their squad. But you never know how that could affect them or could not affect them. I don't know enough about the rest of the players, so I don't really want to start calling their names out, stuff like that, especially with my last miscue of calling Navarro Bowman Navarro Brown. So certainly don't want to tread into that territory again. But I know that our goalkeeper is pretty good, and he's bald like me, so I can't hate on him too much. So, how well will we do? Well, that remains to be seen. So, I hope that any of these actually helped you out. I know we're taking a little less than 5 minutes, but hey, less time is good time. So, again, card games, everybody likes. There's only the clock, our boundaries, our goal differential, and then next up, we've got Belgium on Tuesday. So it's going to be a tough game, but I will certainly watch. I hope this educated you a little bit and get you a little bit more interested in the game and maybe helped you to enjoy the game a little bit more. I'm always interested in learning something different, and especially when the U.S. is playing, whether it's the Olympics or whether it's the World Cup, I'll always give it a second chance, and I'm really glad that I did because I learned a few things that I didn't learn about. Now, one thing I don't recommend you learning about is the mascot for FIFA. He will haunt your dreams for all time. Stay away, I'm telling you. So, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully I'll talk to you again soon.